After passing in the Supreme Court nearly 50 years ago, Roe v. Wade was overturned last summer. The right to an abortion was written in the Constitution as a right to privacy based on the Due Process Clause present in the 14th Amendment. And access to this vital part of reproductive health care was guaranteed nationwide up until the point of fetal viability, or the 24th to 28th week of pregnancy. Since the beginning, the issue of abortion polarized American society beyond comparison, as fiery debates and passionate protests over the matter have split the country in two. Even though Roe v. Wade was a revolutionary step towards the right direction in regards to women's rights, it prompted reactionary pro-life legislation, such as targeted regulation of abortion provider laws, biased intervention, and outright unconstitutional bans of abortion by conservative states officials who made it harder to access abortions and easier to control women. Does it really matter? We say absolutely. It is an issue too imperative to the development of women's rights to ignore, which is why, if I was a newly elected member of Congress, abortion access would be my priority. Roe v. Wade protects the most fundamental function that abortion provides: reproductive rights and the freedom of women in America. This issue has not just recently gained prevalence, but has been a part of American society since the beginning. Women have not just now decided to start advocating for the advancement of their rights, but continue pushing for equality in a century-long fight.
Abortions have existed in America since the early 1600s, though unauthorized and unrecognized for centuries. Performed in secret by midwives, nurses, and unlicensed healthcare providers, it wasn't until the 1860s that laws officially restricting abortions were established. Abortions were restricted at the state level in 1880 and made illegal in all states in 1910, with only wealthy white women or patients at risk of death eligible to receive abortions. 11 states had liberalized their abortion laws in the late 1960s, with the rise of abortion law reform. In 1973, the Supreme Court legalized the right to have an abortion in the decision of the Roe v. Wade case. However, laws like the Hyde Amendment restricting access to abortions targeted people of color. Abortion remained accessible for 49 years until Roe v. Wade was overturned this past June.
Now that Roe v. Wade has been overturned, the country is in an even deeper state of turmoil than before, with trigger laws that further restrict and ban abortions going into effect in conservative states immediately.
Yes, Mississippi does have a trigger law in place that was passed in 2007.
Right now, we do not have rape and incest as exceptions under the Arkansas trigger law.
We want to outlaw abortion in the state of Oklahoma.
The Biden administration has protected access to medications such as minestrone and a woman's right to travel out of state to get an abortion.
My administration will also protect a woman's access to medications, mifepristone, which the FDA approved 20 years ago to safely end early pregnancies.
In regards to the importance of choice and abortion access, as well as why we should prioritize reproductive health care in America, we spoke to Kia Guarino, the Executive Director of Pro-Choice Washington.
It actually is about protecting families and individuals, so the values are actually the same. And we believe in protecting the life of both any potential child and any potential parent. And that's why our movement actually is more holistically about life.
Abortion is a divisive topic, so we wanted to know our community's thoughts on the access to reproductive health care and how it should be protected, restricted, and or changed.
Just have the baby, which would be
pro-life.
Right.
That freedom of choice is freedom for everything, and it starts with freedom of your body.
I mean, it's a matter of social engineering. There are already enough economic and social problems in the world without adding to them by putting extra lives in there.
In its absence, many Americans have coped with the realization that Roe v. Wade will not be restored in the near future. Others believe that the overturning of Roe v. Wade is not restrictive enough of abortions. As a member of Congress, it would be my first priority to ensure and protect the access to legalized reproductive health care services and contraceptives. Though it is the potential moral weight that turns many Americans away from the practice of abortions, it is an important aspect of healthcare, privacy, and the development and sustainability of women's rights for all Americans. This critical aspect of healthcare can be protected if you vote in presidential, state, and local elections, as well as supporting pro-choice organizations like Planned Parenthood or the NARAL. Whether you're getting an abortion because you're a survivor of rape, or you're financially unable to raise a child, or your fetus is experiencing fetal anomalies that would lead to an unhealthy child, or you just aren't ready to raise a child yet, you deserve to have your freedom protected.